Oh, hello. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Lens video style. Well, we're in week 3, game 4. I hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day. And as we move into another week of football, big Kentucky weekend. Louisville will take on my alma mater, the Eastern Kentucky University Colonels. And then Kentucky will play Western Kentucky. And then the big one, Penn State, Alabama. Joe Paterno gets haunted by the man, Paul Bear Bryant, on his birthday. Yep, they're going to play down in T-Town, Tuscaloosa. But enough of that, let's get into our articles. Good morning. Front page, Oakland Brentwood ready for the Rumble. That was last night. Krager was over there. I talked to him about midnight. Riverdale won't look ahead to Oakland. Patriots Mitchell pull out a thriller over in Williamson County. Tom Krager with a D&J prep columnist. All right, let's get started. First topic. Tough time finding them. Well, here we go. Fantasy football, the draft, corporation, you running the situation. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. It's kind of like, if you think about it, it's what Philip does. Every year he gets a set of players and he runs it for right at about 90 days when you get down to it. And we see what that company can do. Every coach has it. They have trials and tribulations. Some employees, they kind of work out, and some don't. Either way, some come to work, some get sick, some get hurt. Think about it. You have different positions in a company. You got payroll, you got a center, you got people that go out and sell products, and sometimes you got salespeople that don't do a very good job, and then you got some people that do a very good job. And the test is, it's every Friday night. Coach has to adjust, substitute. What do people in companies do? They pull people out and they change it around. Why? Because they only got so much time. In a quarter, there's only 90 days. Well, in a real quarter out here, there's only 12 minutes. So when we think about it, Shad only has 90 days. He's only got 1 quarter a year to make it happen. And so does every other high school football coach. Or for that matter, a cross-country coach or whoever it may be. A lot of things happen during that 90 days, and a lot of kids grow up. And that's kind of what it's really all about, playing the sport and growing up. kind of different when you think about it, and you're getting your chance to run your fantasy football. And I bet you when you get to the end of the season, somewhere around December, if you're still alive and still playing the game or whatever it is, I don't play, but when you sit back and you look at it, you're really not as good as you think you are. You think you're good, but there's a lot of stuff that happens and a lot of football that has to be played in order to make sure. It's like the game of life. Either way, it is what it is. Let's move on to the next topic. Hey, you been getting your Feinbaum fix? Don't do it because of me. Do it for yourself. Paul Feinbaum, 2 to 6 every day. XM satellite radio or on the net. And hey, you been working out with your hands? Storecast, here, busted up now. Getting down to business. Getting down to crunch time. Which brings me to my next topic. Let's see if we can find it. Doing something you don't like to do. And in this case, and how it relates to football, it relates to the classroom. I went to Eastern Kentucky University. There were 2 subjects I hated. English 211, English 212. Geoffrey Chaucer, the Canterbury Tales. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. I hate the story, and I hate Geoffrey Chaucer. Either way, it had to be done. There's no question about it. I had to have those 2 subjects. You know, and I struggled because I hated them so bad, and I didn't really want to do them. And that's like life in a lot of things. Maybe you don't like doing them. Maybe you don't like playing scales when you're trying to learn to play the guitar, and you really want to play a song, or you'd rather play chords, or whatever it may be. It could be anything. Maybe it's running wind sprints. Maybe it's doing the gauntlet, or whatever the drill may be. There are things you despise. You just can't stand doing. But what do? You got to suck it up. You got to get it done. And it's part of life. There's a lot of reports I have to do, a lot of things I've turned into my manager. And I can go on, but we still do them. But at the end of the day, did Geoffrey Chaucer help me? No. Sorry. To the people out there in the real curriculum, I'll give you some heat for you. I don't really appreciate it because I think kids today need to learn how to buy a house, read a contract, or negotiate a deal. I'm just a little bit different. I don't see where Geoffrey Chaucer really came in at the end of the day. Really, just kind of gommed up my life. But that's your all's deal, and y'all think it's very important. Still hadn't used him, and that's neither here nor there. Well, let's get off of that and move on to something fun. Well, we got to go to Cane Ridge. Game's at 7 o'clock. Now take on Coach Abner, travel 22 miles from Blaze Drive, load up the white buses, and we'll roll. It's just me and Spence tonight, and she's behind the camera. And I appreciate her coming out here to watch me do behind the lens. So we appreciate you joining us here on this Friday for your quick 6-minute fix. And if you see Spence and I at the game and our 2 new roadies, Luker and Patton, they're running with us now. And we had a great time last week and enjoyed the company. If you see us at the game, give us a shout. God bless, take care. From a man who truly delivers, as always, the Stork.